Hi there. I am Willow O'Brien, and I'm a coach who works with incredible entrepreneurs all over the world. And one of the opportunities that I have, because I do get a chance to work with so many incredible, heart-centered, purpose-driven entrepreneurs, is I get to really sort of see and feel and kind of take this temperature across entrepreneurs all over. So it gets extra interesting during full moons. It gets extra interesting, really just see the economic climate and things that are happening online, and just seeing how those ripple through the waves of the entrepreneurs that I have the honor of serving. So, wanting to share with you today, whether you're a current client or that you are someone out there who's also a heart-centered entrepreneur, and just may find yourself having days like this and wanting to support you in a process that can maybe help you come out of it, find your way back to home, and find your way back to yourself and what lights you up. So the piece that I want to talk about is how some days you might just feel off. So I have the honor and absolute pleasure of working with some really, really incredible entrepreneurs, and they are all, super high functioning, incredibly highly capable, very passionate, are doing awesome work in the world. But really, it does not matter how famous you are, how much money you have in the bank, any of these things, how many followers you have, subscribers, like all these great things, but that doesn't mean you're still not going to have some really tough days. And in particular, I think what's fascinating is that, as most of my clients anyway, they are working online in some way, shape, or form. Anyone who has a business these days has to really have a presence online. And there's different levels, of course, of showing up online. But one of the pieces that I definitely hear happens every once in a while is that feeling of just wanting to hide, right? And that feeling of really wondering, like, what's it all for, and not really wanting to be a part of it, feeling kind of lost. This actually really goes hand in hand, and my invitation for you right now is to really get super honest with yourself. This is actually something that I've really been acutely aware of in my own work, because I have my own business coach, and then I also coach others. And it's been such an awesome, fascinating experience for me to have my own business coach, because I really watch how much am I really letting her in, how much am I trusting her, and really divulging what's really going on with me. And I know that some of my clients, they totally let me see their biggest hearts and everything that's really going on, and it can be very scary to share that with somebody. And so my invitation for you is, if you have support already, or if you are even looking for some support, to know that you're working with somebody that you really know you can trust, that you can really fall apart with, and like expose all these sides of yourself that may not feel very pretty, you may not be proud of or very excited about, but nevertheless, they're a part of you. And this process in particular today does require that kind of like full force honesty. But it's a beautiful process, because there's a real unlocking that happens, and this is the nature of my work. It's really very transformational, and it means that we go through it. We don't band-aid it. We don't, try to just rah-rah, sis-kumbah through the whole thing. It's like, these are real feelings. This is a real deal roller coaster that we can be on this entrepreneurial journey. So I want to guide you through this process really quickly of something that you can do to help find your way back. So one of the first pieces is to write down. If you're doing this on your own, grab a journal, grab something that you have in front of you so that you can write it out, basically. So I keep a journal with me almost everywhere I go. You could also type it up on your computer. But if you are having a tough time, I want you just to start with, some days and then just write what you feel. So some days I feel lost. Some days I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. Some days I wonder if I'm even any good, or maybe I should just give up because other people have more energy and they're doing more, whatever. All these like tapes that are playing, just keep going on that, Some days I don't care about like being anyone on the internet, and I just want to hide, or I want to stay in bed all day, whatever that may be. So just really like get out. And if you need to pause the video right now, just keep writing. Like some days I feel like this, and let it all out, okay? And when you're done, come back here. You can hit pause, and we're going to get started on the next step right now. So looking through that list and everything that you're and this is really a purging process, just like letting it all come out, because it's, this is in the safety of your own home, but I also really encourage you to share this with whoever is being a support in your life. You're more than welcome to share it with me as well. It just really feels incredible to have that ally. And that's what I call all my clients that are in my circles. They're all allies, even with each other. I connect all my clients with each other now, and so that they can have even more allies. You have an ally in me, and then you've got these connected allies that you're a part of, that larger group as well. But really that safe place that you can just expose your humanness. That's all this is. So the next step I want you to usually by the time you've gotten to this point, if you're fleshing it out, I know sometimes in some of my, like, some days I feel, and by the end I'm just casting off all these things I don't want, right? Basically, it's me being like, some days, I feel like this, and like, just depending on how raw yours gets, in it, there might just be where you're like, I don't feel like doing this, I don't feel like doing this, whatever that may be. So, but my next question for you is, what do you want? Oh, how do you want to feel? And especially when it comes to, what do you care about? What's it all for? And really coming back. So now this is only going to work, or it's going to work more effectively when you've cleared out all this other gunk. It's kind of like the clearing out all the other gunk that's on the surface. Because without clearing that out, it's still going to live in there. So really try to do your best to clear it out. Then your next step is to ask yourself, what do you care about? What do you care about? And write that out. What do you care about? Why are you doing this? What does light you up? What does have you feeling really excited? And the reason why I ask you this, and the really big point that I want to share here, is that often when we are feeling those, like, some days feelings, right? Or we're not even really wanting to look straight on, like, often we do so much of the time where there's like this, something's not working, but it's like just operating over here in the peripheral, and I want to invite you to like look straight at it. So that's what this process is. It is like totally, fully turning towards this thing and saying, what's going on? What's not working? Some days I feel like this. I don't want to do this. I could care less about this. Whatever, like just getting it out. And then what do you care about? And this is really the key message here. Sorry if I've said that a few times, but the key message here is I want you to be connecting with your purpose. And when you're feeling lit up by your purpose, when you're reminding yourself, because here this is the antithesis, right? If you're feeling lost, or you're feeling a little bit confused or disconnected, then let's get you feeling connected again. Let's get you feeling found again. Like, oh yeah, there you are. And really that is about you working in alignment with your purpose. It's you feeling connected to your purpose again. And so then there's some other actionable ways, some very heart-centered actionable ways that you can do this. One of them that I find super powerful is to make a video or do an audio. Start sharing your gifts with the world. Start getting in action with them. I guarantee you that if you have been feeling down, if you've been feeling a little bit off and wondering why the heck is, are you even doing this, or does anyone even like it, to step into your knowing. Step into your knowing of not only what lights you up and why you're here and what your purpose is, but step into that knowing also in sharing that gift with others. all the, the entrepreneurs that I work with, this is something that's coming through you. You're so passionate about it. You're so passionate about what you do. You have so much knowledge and wisdom to share. And so even if it's a small little tidbit, and so this could be fun if you wanted to do it on like Instagram stories or Facebook Live or something like that, or, just to open up the computer on Zoom or QuickTime or ScreenFlow, whatever you use to record your videos, and record a quick video and just sharing a little nugget of wisdom. It could even be you, no kidding, talking yourself through it and really letting yourself kind of get a chance to self-coach yourself through it and hear what's true, hear yourself talk about it. It's extremely powerful. And but that's really the big takeaway I want you to recognize is if you are at all feeling disconnected from your purpose, if you're wondering what it's all for, or if you're having those feelings of fraud, like you should just throw in the towel and, who are you to be doing what you're doing anyway, whatever that may be, for you to come back to your purpose and start, even if it's the smallest baby step of taking action in alignment with your purpose again, not making any big plan for it, but just even one small thing that gets you like back in it going, oh yeah, this is what I love. This is what comes so naturally to me. This is why I'm doing this and why I'm so passionate about it. And, for me, I'll just share with you, is for me, when I can really click back into my purpose and what I care about, I'll even share this with you and read it for you right now, is what do I care about? I care about connection, feelings, emotions like this that have us, temporarily feeling like we don't know who we are or why we're here, or how the heck we're supposed to figure all this out. I love connection that specifically says, hey, it's okay to feel like this. You're not alone. And let's talk it out and get to the other side. Let's find our way back to our why, to clarity, and feeling madly in love with what you're up to so that you can go out there and shine your goddess-given light as purely and brightly as you are completely capable of in the world. So finding your way back to your purpose and living in alignment with your purpose. And then, even from there, you can define your purpose or reread the purpose that you've already defined for yourself. So mine is, to share this gift of loving acceptance and compassion and insightful business strategy and engagement, to catalyze these brilliant pioneers in this world who have the gifts running through their veins, you right there, that's like pulsing through you, and energetically it's bursting at the seams to come out and be shared with the world. And often that's actually even this like icky feeling, if you're feeling kind of like stuck in a loop, it's that it's within you, like wanting to come out. So really just to be honoring that and letting it come through, letting it birth out into the world. Even if it's so messy, you are doing the hugest favor just by letting it free. You can always redo it, truly, like don't even let yourself get that perfectionism in the way. So ultimately, I want you to remember that when you are in alignment, this will all be flowing out of you so effortlessly. So this is about coming back into alignment with your purpose, really recognizing that you have this light to share, this gift to share, and that you have this important work to do here. So, I personally really find it as like such a total gift that I get a chance to feel these feelings for myself on my own entrepreneurial journey, that I, just like you, definitely feel days where I am not connected to it or I'm feeling off, and it's such a gift truly for me to feel that, because not only do I have an understanding and a compassion so much more for my clients, but that it gives me, it gives me this kind of like juice, and remembering that there's no quick fix, that this is so much about trusting this process and staying with it, and that, often it does take that searching and kind of, nutting it out and staying with it, and it's not always an easy process. It does require a lot of compassion for ourselves and a lot of patience, but when we come through on the other side, we usually have that aha moment, right, that can feel so great, but that more than anything, the only reason that it is challenging in the first place is because you care. And to come back in alignment with that caring, come back in alignment with your purpose and why you're here, and the important work that you're here to do and share with the world. So hope that was helpful. I would love to hear if it is for you, and just if you connect and relate to this in any way, shape, or form. And hope you are having a wonderful day wherever you are. Mwah.